This is the drive home with TT for the Millwall drive home, driving home from the Den for the last time this season. And that potentially isn't a bad thing. Where it finished, Millwall 1, Bristol City 2. We haven't played well in previous weeks, and we've deservedly not picked up many wins. Today, for the first 40 minutes, we did just that. For the rest of the game, maybe bar the last 15 minutes, we were excellent and fully deserved all 3 points. Certainly deserved a point. I'll have absolutely no idea how we're coming away from the Den with nothing. I'll go through again the starting lineup with the ratings. Keeper, David Martin. Again, very, very, very secure at the back. Nothing could do for the 2 goals. 7. Marlon Romeo at right back. We played 4-4-2 today. Back we went old school with our formation. Romeo right back, 7. Pearce. Alex Pearce centre back with Jake Cooper. Pearce on 7. Jake Cooper 8. James Meredith returned to form. I thought he had a really good game. 7. Starting right midfield due to injuries and players not picked was Ryan Tunnicliffe, and I thought he done a job well. He didn't play as a natural winger, but he switched the play a few times. He broke up their play a lot down the wing and gave Marlon a lot of help. So Ryan Tunnicliffe, I will give a 7. In the centre of the park, we had Sean Williams and Ryan Leonard. I think pretty much our weakest part of the pitch. Sean Williams missed the penalty, obviously. I don't remember him doing too much in the game, to be honest. But I'm struggling to give Williams. I'm pissed off because of the, sorry for swearing, but I'm annoyed about the penalty more than anything. So because of the penalty, I'm going to give him a 5. Ryan Leonard didn't do too much in the game. Broke up the play well, 6. And then on the left wing, we had Shane Ferguson. Fergie, I thought, had a decent game, 7. Then we had Morrison and Gregory up front. Morrison did little bits well. He obviously, does what Morrison's done in the team for the last 2 years and can win a knockdown, puts himself about. Has got no pace whatsoever, but he does what he does. Is it enough to be a championship striker? No, it isn't anymore. But I felt like he done what he was in the team to do, and he released Gregory. Gregory looked, maybe because he signed a contract at another club, but Gregory looked like a player reborn. I'll give Morrison a 6.5, 7 for what he's done. Gregory it's the best performance I've seen Gregory from a long time. Like I said, he was a player with no fear, a player that everything he'd done today paid off, other than even an overhead kick he tried in the second half, which would have been absolutely amazing. It was going in, but it was cleared off the line. I'll give Gregory a 9, and Lee Gregory was my man of the match. And there's a lot of debate about him leaving, people saying he doesn't score enough, and others saying he's brilliant, hold up play, and what would we do without him? And there's an argument for both, to be honest. What I do know is he's going to be difficult to replace, because there's no doubt that he's going, and today showed perfectly what he's brought to the side. And I don't want this to be a kind of Lee Gregory's going, a little bit of a eulogy as a player, because once he's gone, he's going to be another club's player. But I've got nothing but respect for him as a player, and I think that over the years, he's epitomised what Neil Harris has wanted in a team, and he just works tirelessly. Today he showed that he's got that finishing touch. The goal was a beautifully worked goal. Like I said, for the first 40 minutes, Bristol City didn't really create anything, but they had a few crosses across the box. That was pretty much it in the first 40 minutes. Then the last 5 minutes and a half, we just switched it on, and it was a good ball. Cooper, I think it was, crossfield to Morrison, who hit it, I think he nodded it down to Lee Gregory, chests it and then swivels on it and bangs it. It's a very good goal and showed exactly what he has in his locker. And we make it 1-0 from there. I wasn't sure how we were leading, to be honest, because we didn't really create anything up until that point, and it looked like our players and Bristol City, to be honest, were thinking about the summer. Second half, we come out. Neil's obviously given him a flea in the ear, saying, "Look, go out there, do something for the fans." And I think it was helped by the way Bristol City set up. They had no midfield. They had 3 or 4 at the back, and they pushed a lot of players forward, and we kept catching them on the break. And we've had a couple of chances. Tunnicliffe's had a chance where Morrison's laid it through to Gregory, who's laid it off to Tunnicliffe to run on, and Tunnicliffe's hit the target. He's done well. The keeper's saved it with his legs. And then obviously we win a penalty. It's a blatant penalty. Morrison again, I think it was a ball from Cooper up to Morrison, very similar. Morrison nods it down, plays it through to Gregory, who gets in front of the keeper. Keeper wipes him out. The Bristol City players and the keeper were moaning. Maybe they were saying that the ball was kicked too far away, because he absolutely wiped him out. So I didn't know what, but they got in the ref's head at that stage. And then Williams steps up and passes it to their goalkeeper. It was a god-awful penalty. All you want to do in that situation is just bang the ball into the back of the net. And I really think if it was 2-0's been a bad lead for us this season, but it was one of those games where if we went 2-0 up, we was winning that game. 100% we were winning that game. But as soon as we missed the penalty, you just felt like it's just absolutely typified our season. And obviously they've come back into it. And now we'll move on to ref watch, because it's quite important with what happened after our penalty. Like I said, they got in his head. Andy Madley was the ref. I hadn't really been noticeable throughout the game. Give 2 minutes injury time, surprisingly, in the first half. And then in the second half, he made a point about us time wasting, which I didn't think we were doing too much, but he pointed to his watch a couple of times. After the penalty that we were awarded, Gregory is blatantly fouled twice. He's minimal contact, but the players tried to take him out. He's had to leap over it. He's gone over. He's not given a free kick. And then the second one, he's absolutely taken out on the halfway line. And again, another no decision. And you're just thinking, what's going on? What's happened to him? He's having an absolute mare. Then from their goal that they scored from a free kick, Ferguson's being held by their player, who gets in front of him because he's pulled him back. No foul. Then Ryan Leonard, and I think it's Fergie's, I think it might have been Williams or Leonard running alongside him. The player's fallen over and he's given a foul, and you just think, they're going to score from it. When things like that happen in a match, it's just, it's happening. And to be fair, it's a cracking free kick. Absolutely nothing Martin could do. Curls it over the wall into the top right-hand corner, and it's 1-1. And even then, we still look like we could have a chance. My biggest problem about today is we put young players on the bench, and I wanted to see those young players, regardless of what the score didn't matter to us today. It would have been nice. And remember, we've won 1 game in our last 10 at home in the league. That's not good enough. That is not, I don't care what league we're in, you can't win 1 game at home in 10. That's just not, it's not good enough. And then, so we've got youngsters on the bench, and I want to see those youngsters. We bring Meredith off, who was playing well after it goes 1-1. The game, I was thinking, I know we're playing well, but freshen it up now. Freshen it up. See what we can do. Bring on some of the youngsters that are going to want to prove a point. They're going to bring legs into the team. They'll keep us higher up the pitch. But we didn't. We wait, it goes 1-1. Then Meredith comes off, and we go to 3 at the back and 2 wing backs, and then we get caught from a nothing ball into Jeju, who somehow manages to deliberately handball it when he wants, gets a foul given against him, but that's not a booking. He's done it twice. I don't know why the ref's not booked him, because deliberate handball, as far as I'm aware, is a bookable offence. But he does it, and then it's 2-1 to them, and we don't really create anything. All don't we huff and puff. And it's like I said, it absolutely typifies our season, and there's no other way of putting it. I'm driving, as you can see, through the Limehouse Link Tunnel, and I was thinking after about 60 minutes, we really deserved this today. This is much better. Where has this been? And I hope it doesn't make Berylson, or I don't think Harris wants to, but think that, right, Morrison, he done all right for Morrison, so we'll give him a contract. Morrison's not good enough. Gregory's going to go. There's going to be wholesale changes. Our team's done well to stay up this season. I know it's got criticism and it's not been nice to watch, but the second season after being promoted is always the difficult one. I know Sheffield United have kicked on. Their recruitment has been fantastic, and they've shown the other side of it, that like we did when we missed out in the playoff final, when we went again. The second season after a big event is always going to be difficult, and we're always going to struggle. Once we didn't buy a striker in January, that cannot be underestimated, how big of a deal not buying a striker in January was, because we've been left with Elliott and a bit part player Morrison, and all of the pressure's gone onto Gregory. He's been playing up front on his own, and that's not his game. He's been playing as a number 10, and that's not, he wants to play as a number 9, and today he showed as a number 9 what he brings to the team. So we've stayed at next year, given some resources, let's see what happens from there. I'm going to be I'm not going to Wigan because I've got my under-8s. We've got our last league game of the season on Sunday. I tried to move it to Saturday, but the great Bradford's manager weren't having any of it. So I'm missing the last game of the season, which I'm disappointed about. So that's the last time I'm going to see my Lions. And I've got to be honest, I'm absolutely gutted it's ended that way. Bristol City sung well for the first half. And they brought a reasonable number considering it was a Tuesday night. But we quietened them second half. They were really quiet until obviously the penalty save, and I think they felt like they were going to get back into it, which they duly did. So I'm going to be doing, like I said, I've got to 1,000 subscribers, so thank every single one of you. What I will be doing is, instead of the Wigan, obviously I'm not going to the Wigan game. My kick-off with the Lions is at 12. After the game, I'm going to come home, see what the score is against Wigan. I won't do any kind of reaction to the Wigan game. This is not a channel where, if I don't go to games, I'm not going to report on a game that I've never gone to, because I just don't see the point. You might as well watch it on iFollow and make your own mind up. I'll report on a game that I'm actually at. But I will do a kind of season review YouTube live video, because now I can do it thanks to you guys for subscribing. And I'm going to do maybe a 15-minute YouTube live, maybe some questions, my highlight of the season, my favourite goal, things like that. I hope as many of you can join in the comments as possible, because that's where I want this channel to go. I'll talk a little bit more about what I'll be doing next season, because I'm going to continue to do this, and I'll also do another video after the game, a 3 or 4 minute synopsis or little brief about the team that we're playing, because I've noticed more and more we're getting people from other clubs that want people's opinion of their own team. So that's what I'll do. I'll give my honest opinion of what their team's like. But this is a Millwall channel, and I love, like I said, I love the comments and the likes and everything that you've done to help the channel get off the ground, because it's been absolutely amazing. We've obviously got one more event at the Den on the 26th of May. Please, if you can get tickets for the Wonderwall Cup, that would be amazing. I'm going with Zach, and any chance to go to the Den, I'm not going to miss. I'm going to miss my football absolutely mad. Thank you for watching. Hopefully I'll see you at 4 o'clock on Sunday for my YouTube live video. Leave your comments and like the video. Come on, you Lions.